Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard. Gonna continue from where we left off. We were doing the Kunari girls mission. Oh, we're protecting the dragon. For reasons unknown.
They've got us in range. Now there's a nice shot. We're on fire. Look out! Rook takes credit there.
Tash. Tash is her name. Mustache. Um...
So, you breathed fire.
Yeah? Can't say I was expecting that.
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later. Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
What'll she think of us when we free her?
Hopefully she'll just fly off.
Hopefully. Should I cross my fingers?
Luckily, she flew off.
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake up. The surviving Antam poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Kunari back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Oh. Well then.
Wonderfully done, Tash. While you played with the big scary
Isabella.
dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. And you managed it despite this former crew member tripping you up the whole time.
As a Lord of Fortune, you're friends with Isabella.
What can I say, Isabella? I learned from the best.
I did tell Varric not to go easy on you.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
It almost looks like a rune. Does it do anything?
Shit, I hope not.
It conveys knowledge. While not as impressive as a magical explosion, it can still change the world.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Kunari artifacts.
This piece predates the
There's a
Steel Age
lot of
by
horny
centuries.
people in this room.
It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement,
I'm not talking about
one
emotionally
that
either.
left no survivors.
I mean, they have horns.
You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatosh. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
I'm what?
Wait, were you not aware of this? Our contact here said you'd agreed to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. For gold and glory, Tash. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, wipe your boots next time.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talk to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam.
She looks like Kratos with that sour frown.
I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Finek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
I'll do my best.
She strong-armed you onto the team just like that, huh?
Looks like.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to her first.
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
For gold and glory.
Right. You were one of us. How'd you end up here?
Let's go job someone bad.
Dangerous artifact, light-fingered noble. Isabella needed me gone. Varric needed help.
Oof. Sorry.
Same thing just happened to you, right?
Ugh. Politics. The lords don't take me on political jobs.
Lucky you.
Traps and dragons. That's what I'm good with. Traps and dragons are simple.
We didn't have a dragon hunter when I was with the lords. Why do they care about dragons now?
Lots of great old crap ends up in dragon hordes.
Why do dragons care about gathering treasure? It's not like they go to the market.
Dragons like metals and gems. Anything glittery catches their eye.
Huh, so they're like really large magpies?
Kinda. And they live for centuries. Lots of time to gather a bunch of shiny crap. Plus all the gear carried by idiots who thought they could kill a dragon.
What's the most interesting trap you've run into?
Old elven armory. Had letters on tiles. Probably supposed to spell out the name of a god or something.
Probably.
I don't read elven. Found handholds in the ceiling and swung across.
That sounds more like a puzzle than a trap.
Ugh. Puzzles.
But puzzles give you a chance to test your wits, to prove you're smart enough to beat whoever designed it.
Ugh.
I ran into one while traveling with Varric. It had these 3 poles with sets of different sized rings on 2 of the poles.
And you had to move the rings over to the 3rd pole? And the rings had to be sized right and crap?
Yes, you've seen it?
That thing is Vashodon.
These days, everything is elven gods this and blight that. Give me a stolen idol and a trap-filled dungeon any day.
Hey, we're not thieves. We don't steal.
Barf's team literally stole the big prize sword from the Grand Tourney of Starkhaven.
Starkhaven's full of assholes. It doesn't count as stealing from them. You don't screw over anyone who can't afford it.
If the Lords of Fortune ever got a coat of arms, we should print that on the bottom in Old Tavine.
My mother works with them. That's how I met the Lords in the first place.
I don't remember meeting your mother when I ran with the Lords. What does she do? Appraisals?
Yeah. She tells them how rare something is, how much it might be worth. Also tells them if they found something cultural.
Cultural?
You know, important. Stuff you don't want going to some rich noble's collection. The Lords send that stuff back to the Canary in Parvalin. They pay the Lords a finder's fee.
They've put a lot of thought into it. Probably more than I did when I collected relics.
Just thinking about the gold?
And the glory, too. Can't forget the glory. Though if I defeat these gods, I'll have cornered the market there.
The Lords are good people. They helped my mother when she came here from Kantar. She got here with nothing but me and the clothes on her back. The only skill she had was Canary history. The Lords gave her work.
When I left, Rivain was trying to figure out whether to arrest us or ignore us. How do they feel these days?
They were angry for a while. Then the Antam invaded.
All right, I guess I'll just leave you here, treasure hunter, with all the priceless artifacts.
Okay, I was gonna go back to Rivain later. Got a thing to do for my mother. You can come along, if you want.
Do I need to be ready for combat or traps?
Nah.
All right, just let me know when.
I gotta go talk to Neb.
You're up late.
You're awake to notice.
Can't sleep? I know, I'm awake to ask.
I sleep when I can get it. And this place, it's too quiet for that.
You don't find it peaceful?
Mirathos is never quiet.
And that was peaceful?
It was familiar.
Okay, what works then? How do you sleep?
I don't know. Chase the right bastard through the wrong ritual? It'll knock you right out. Of course, you might wake up with a new accessory.
Really? You woke up and...
Just like that.
Wow.
There was a bit more in the middle. The ritual did a number.
And now?
It's not what keeps me up at night. It's not the quiet. I never could sleep once work gets in my head. But what's got you up at night?
Same. Can't sit still, can't stop thinking about everything.
There's always something to chase. Restlessness catches. Get one person in a room nervous, the whole place twitches. One person can't sleep. It's only getting later. Get out while you can.
And if it's already too late?
Don't tell me you're a lost cause.
I might be.
I know the feeling.
Oh man. Dang it. looks like this is gonna be time to talk, I guess.
Rook, I was thinking of taking Hassan for a walk. He could use the exercise. Chance to stretch his wings. Thought you'd like to come along.
Oh, okay. How to Train a Griffin. Instead of How to Train a Dragon. Let's go to Harding. Can I pet him? No, he's a good boy. Yeah, my good boy.
Did I see you writing a message to the Inquisition? What's that about?
You know, Varric and I were part of the Inquisition, right? I'm trying to get news about the South. But Charter hasn't replied to any of my messages. I'm trying not to worry about what's happening there, but... No, it's probably fine. Charter's just busy. She's always busy.
Charter? Who's that?
She's the Inquisition's spy master. Or she would be, if there was still an Inquisition. I suppose she just works for the Inquisitor now?
I haven't heard much about the Inquisition in years.
Oh, that's intentional. When the breach was open, we needed a large group to stop Southern Thedas from falling into chaos. It's changed in the years since. We're a smaller force working underground to keep an eye on things going on in the world.
A spy master? She doesn't know things about me, does she? Do I need to worry?
Charter probably knows everything about you. Oh, but she's not gonna use it against you. I mean, if you behave.
So, how long were you with the Inquisition? 10 years?
Something like that. Why?
You must know the Inquisitor.
Well, yeah, we worked together. I wasn't part of the Inquisitor's inner circle, though. I spent more time with the ordinary people, the ones you didn't hear about.
And the Inquisitor's advisors? What about them?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite. She's lovely. She still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my name day. Cullen and I got along too, but he was always busy. He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes, and I would share the tea that my ma sent. He's from Ferelden too. Maybe it reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying as she sounds. Oh, I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
A nug? Those small pink rodent things? What for?
She loved them and made a hobby of breeding them as pets.
So, did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug?
So tell me about these ordinary Inquisition members I haven't heard
I'm gonna
about.
wind up getting with
The
her.
Inquisition hired
Keep it up.
hundreds, and most of them weren't Magisters or Ben Hasserith or the left hand of the Divine. There were scouts and stable hands, carpenters and cooks and quartermasters, even 2 dedicated pastry chefs. Most of them volunteered, like me. We wanted to help in whatever small way we could.
I'm sure those pastries were a great help.
My ma likes to say that sometimes the pie is for eating, and sometimes it's for crying into. Doesn't even need to be pie. Rector liked cake, and Faulkner loved soup. But food was always a comfort.
Rector? Faulkner?
Liliana gave all her agents pseudonyms.
Right. Like Charter.
Well, Charter's Charter, but when the other 2 and I were together, we were just Lace, Wilbur, and Katya.
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others. Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the mess. She was really the only one who could make Rainier, well, Blackwall then, let down his guard. Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses. And there was Cole, of course.
The spirit boy?
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something about them. Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not to laugh. Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
Who stores eyes under their bed? I'm partial to a nice wall display myself.
Well, that's one interpretation that never occurred to me. Thanks.
You're welcome. Wasn't Cole an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Ah, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
Do you miss it? The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solus. What did you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
As smart as he's supposed to be, there's just some things he doesn't get. At all.
Yeah. Maybe one day he will. Maybe. If you help him. Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire, and here I am rambling about the past. I should let you go. Talk later?
Let me see. Okay, good. All right. Let's see.
Need and knowledge.
Enchantment. Let's see, does anybody else need to talk? Her. Wait a second, she's above. So she's up. one over here.
That's the second. One more to go.
There it is.
You remember the Hall of Valor that the Lords of Fortune have? Isabella says we should get ourselves invited.
Interesting.
Just tell me when you're ready.
The Hall of Valor. Well, looks like we're side questing right now. And
Want to take a look behind the waterfall? Sometimes there's treasure. Here comes trouble. Enemies afraid. Now let's see what they've got.
These are the crows that were supposed to be picking up supplies.
Looks like they were ambushed.
So, your mom wanted you to lay low, and now you're with us.
And because I wanted to be here.
Then it looks like we pleased everyone. Isn't that novel?
Yep. It's great.
There's a problem.
Beat the odds there.
Hey. Some for you. Some for you. Hey, don't be a dick. That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
Here, let me.
You gotta spread it out. Throw it out in a clump and they fight over it.
I know how to do it.
So do it. Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic or...
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in our blood.
The Anton called you a Dari.
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every generation. My mother thinks Adari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds. My mother left the Qun not far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalan. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with a child?
The Qun isn't a prison. People can leave if they want. You little guys hungry?
Do you miss living under the Qun?
Not much to miss. I was a baby. My mother misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me. There's enough for all of you. Shathan was worried about what the Qunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would they do?
She said they'd have me put in the Antam, use me as a berserker. The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun. Hey! Come on. Over here's where I practice.
Ooh,
Why not on the
doing
beach?
that.
The birds just ate. Scare them any more than you already did and they'll be crapping everywhere.
I didn't mean to.
What the crap is that?
The Antam must be marking their territory.
Not on my beach. Vashvatari! Come on. These banners need to burn. Yep.
Oh.
Nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Ew.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
I guess that's the trade-off for being a fire breather.
It's fine. I smell stuff better than most people.
An Antam supply cache. Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch.
All yours, Tosh.
Yep.
Wow. It burned right through it.
Yep. Melt some metals, not all.
How'd you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby. This way.
More birds to feed?
Something like that. Karash, it's Tosh. I brought food.
Avatosh, it's good you came early. The feather clouds are getting lower. It's going to rain. Who is this with you?
This is Rook. He's a friend.
A friend. All right.
I'm not good with birds.
Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
What's the difference between drip rain and mist rain?
Drip rain soaks through the clothes. Mist rain just wets the skin. Sorry, I don't know all the words in your language.
No, I get it.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus, I ran away.
Is there anything you need? We saw that the Antam were in the area.
Yes, I knew some of them from the Dreadnought where I worked. I know places to hide. They did not see me.
Let me know if they give you trouble.
I am at peace, Avatosh. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathan said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Avatosh.
Panahe done. I'll see you soon.
So, the dragon hunter has a softer side.
The Kyun says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Kunari, a little Rivani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing. So how do you get it?
I learned how to survive as a Tevinter galley slave and then as a Lord of Fortune, like you. And now I'm fighting elven gods. So you take what works from each part, right?
Yeah. I had to take Kunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots. It wasn't so bad when the Kunari and Ravain were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Kyun and started attacking. People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
That's their loss. People who have only ever been one thing will never know how big the world is.
Yeah? Maybe. Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
I'd rather you didn't. Because she's sleeping in my base, which means I own the bed. I'm actually next on laundry detail.
She always did like the mouthy ones. In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied, although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
Oh my god.
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again. Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Kunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panahedan, Evitash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
Sometimes I wonder where you got your attitude. And then we talk to your mother.
What? I don't talk anything like her.
Okay.
Shut up.
Thanks for the walk.
Okay. Me, what did I get? Nope. Actually, let me range attack damage, 30 defense. No, better get. I'm not even done. Now, I gotta head straight. Or not. So I don't know how to get in there. I don't know if I can get in there. Someone's in there. See him. Oh well. Where am I going? Arlington Forest? Where is the mission? Up yonder way.
You were there when the gods escaped.
Sure was.
What was it like?
Strange. Chaotic. The stuff of nightmares that stick too long.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
This is one of the Ebenaris. Might even be Gillenay or Elgranon.
Assholes.
This artifact isn't working right. Maybe if I looked at the crystals it's connected to. The person who set this up was in contact with someone or something from the Fade.
Probably gonna need Bellara.
another Fen'Harel altar.